Good morning to everyone. Hope everybody's having a blessed one out there. Okay, let's put this right here. Yep, that's where we talk at. Yeah, birds. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Come on in. Don't be afraid to learn something about yourself, new about yourself. I'm gonna sing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Say one love, right? One love, babe, right? What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Well, is everybody doing on this blessed Thursday morning, everybody? How is everybody's week gone so far? Hope everybody's had a great week so far. Oh, guess what? Only one day away, guys, and it's to your weekend. You got one more day. And you know how fast that weekend goes. It goes by quick, when you get that weekend off. You're like, damn, I didn't even get to accomplish anything. That's what happens usually. That's what happens usually. Nobody. I know Jen's still sleeping. Sound tired there, baby. You slept pretty good, actually.
So did you. I got up at 2 to use the bathroom. I had to check on you because you weren't moving. It didn't look like you were breathing.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden I go to check on you and you start snoring real loud.
Oh, so I was alive.
Yeah.
Okay. It's all that matters as long as I'm alive. Welcome in, everybody. Come on in. Double tap that screen. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Double tap that screen. Hit that subscribe button. Let's learn something new about yourself today, especially when it comes to your mental health, when you can sit there and then deny that you do not have a mental health issue. And when you sit there and you lie to yourself, you're not true to yourself. You got to be true to yourself. You got to love yourself, care for yourself before you become working with your mental illness. You have to work with your mental illness, and you have to figure out who you are inside personally, because that's where our mental health is basically plays a big role when it comes to our sobriety. And a lot of people are so neglected their self from getting any kind of help, and they sit there and they just ponder at nighttime and can't sleep and just lay there and think of what's got you so down and depressed, and you're constantly thinking about it. If you don't talk about it and get it off your chest, it's not going to help you. You got to be willing to work with yourself. You got to learn. We all got mental illnesses. We all do, and that's why most people go to drugs and alcohol. And that's the hardest part of when your mental health takes you to that point, so you can feel numb. You're more happier. A lot of people say I'm more happier. I'm much more cheerful when I'm drinking, but all and some people say they do that, but at the end, when you're hurting inside, you have to wake up the next morning, and still the problems are going to be there until you're ready to take care of them yourself. And if you're not ready to take care of them yourself, then who else is going to do it? You got to do it yourself. And you can get the education that you need to get that assistance that you're looking for, especially when it comes to your mental health. Like I said, guys, because mental health is that plays the biggest part in our life is depression. People hide from their mental illnesses because they're afraid to let other people know that they're ill, because they are afraid that they are going to be posted as a mental patient then, and they don't want that to be known. But everybody has it in one form or a way. We all have that. We all have our fears and everything else that happens. So trust and believe, panic attacks, all that fun shit. That's all mental illnesses that you can get yourself taken care of. But sometimes it's very hard to get out of it. It's just all depending on how long you've been living that life, because when you live a life like that, you start getting used to thinking that you are actually that person. In all actuality, you're just listening to what other people have to say about you. They want you to believe what they're saying. That's why there's so much bullying that goes on. especially when it comes to your mental health. That's terrible. It's all terrible. You want to you want to stay healthy, clean. Cheers, everybody. Now this here, bud, is the best stuff for you. I promise you that. That's better than any other drug you can get on the street. You can wake up the next morning. You won't be addicted to it. Yeah, you won't be addicted to drugs. You won't be waking up and searching for that first hit or calling somebody. Oh, damn, they're still sleeping in here. So, that's one thing I do agree upon is that having bud is a much better pill form than any kind of pill that you could put in your body. Marijuana does a lot of healing in your body. It works with your mental health. It works for a lot of cancer. Sometimes marijuana, depending on what type of, could be cured by smoking marijuana. Me, I got cancer. I have bladder cancer and I have kidney cancer, and I smoke every single day. And I just went through a big surgery to where I'm living off a half a kidney. That's it. That's all I have that I'm living off of. I've lost my first whole kidney back 22 years ago. No cancer. Everything was fine until back in 2022. And then the doctor showed a blind eye to the results and told me that it was just a water cyst. So nothing was ever done or anything with it. Until I finally mentioned to the doctor, I said, hey, you remember that water cyst you were talking about? You know, since I've already lost my first kidney, wouldn't you want to keep an eye? He said, yeah, we do need to do that. Well, he was still in denial and showing a blind eye to the results of the test. And that's why I'm stuck in the predicament that I'm in, because the doctor showed a blind eye and didn't even look at the MRIs and the CT scans the way he should have. And it was cancer back in 2022 when he said I had a water cyst. So if something would have done back in 2022, I would not be having this problem right now. I wouldn't be living off of only a half a kidney, and plus now dealing with bladder cancer to go along with that. So that's a lot of stuff that plays with my mind every single day. My husband just started surgery to remove cancer. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm hoping and praying that everything's turning out okay for him, for the best. I know how it is to go through cancer. I've been going. October 31st, I had a big surgery. Like I said, they took my final kidney and convert that into a half. And I had renal and I had malignant cancer on that kidney. The malignant cancer was on from the outside, growing on into the inside. He said he said, I'll try to reconstruct that kidney to a half one. Well, he did. And I said, well, what's the percentage of me getting cancer back again? He said, oh, about 20%. 4 months later, I'm back in the surgery. Bladder cancer this time, because I had a tumor on my bladder. So guys, that's a lot of things that I go through, and I still bring this dream to you, being positive, never being negative. I always try to make it's not just about me, it's about everybody else that's in this room, because we all are dealing with some kind of thing that's bothering us. It plays with your mental health. It makes you do different things in your life that you choose not to, that you don't want to do, but you're feeling that way. You know, that's not the person who you are, and everybody else can see that when you're suffering like that when it comes to your mental health. And a lot of people don't like to talk about it. They don't want to be labeled as a mental patient. So what? We all have a mental issue. Thank you, sweetie. We will be praying for you as well. Well, dang, you've been through some stuff, yes. Since of October, and I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and I said, get me the fuck out of this place after 2 weeks. They didn't want me to go because they had to keep an eye on my potassium, because my potassium gets too high. It can kill me. So I have to have blood work done every 2 weeks for the kidney doctor, kidney group, kidney group. And so yeah, I have to deal with that every single day. Every other week I have to see what my levels are at to make sure what's more, because right now I'm in stage 2 kidney failure also. So it's been a lot going through, but I still bring this dream for that mental illness, and for the ones that want to work on their sobriety. This is what the stream is for. On his neck to remove cancer. Wow. Well, we'll definitely keep your better half in our prayers. Most definitely. Rat Link. Most definitely keep in our prayers. Most definitely. But yeah, that's it's hard. It's hard to live with that, and but I'm a very strong individual. I'm not gonna let it bring me down. I can't. If I let that defeat me, I will feel so I would, and showed my family that I just didn't even care and didn't even try to be that survivor, to keep on going, keep on pushing. You got to have that faith and that trust in yourself, guys, because I'm telling you what, my problems that I've had since I was a child, from the abuse and all the other fun stuff that I went through in life. And then I couldn't get out the darkness. I was stuck in depressed and anxiety so freaking bad I couldn't even talk to anybody. Every time I tried to talk to somebody face to face, I would stutter. It couldn't even get out the words because I was afraid not to ask or talk unless you were asked to talk. Kicked in the stomach, laid in freaking stores and stuff because you asked for something off the shelf. Yeah, so, and then I never really dealt with that. The counseling and stuff that they did give to me back when I was younger, it didn't help me. It didn't help because children and youth back then, when you got your ass beat by your parents or broken bones or anything like that, like my dad did, he never got in trouble. Not one time did he get in trouble for breaking my leg or my arm when I was in kindergarten. No charges were ever brought against him. And CP back then, back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 80s, 70s and the 80s, they didn't, it's nothing like it is these days.
It's been a week and almost feeling too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Stomach cancer. No?
Let me see. Thankfully, they were able to remove the tube in 3 weeks ago. The doctor said he's sure he was able to recover all cancer.
That's good. To remove all cancer. That is awesome. That's a great story to hear. Beautiful. Thankfully that they did, but unfortunately for me, they didn't get it all. And like I said, I got nodules on both of my lungs from the kidney cancer. From the kidney cancer, I got nodules on my left lung, and now I have new nodules also on my right lung.
Can you make banana bread? Yes, I love cooking.
Good morning there, Haystack. Welcome into the stream. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome.
He had 23 nodules removed. Wow.
Yeah. Thankfully, they got them all. That's awesome. That's a second chance in life. And that's when you go out and you celebrate your life and enjoy it even more than what you did before. Because I'm telling you what, especially when you're sick, it really plays with your mind. It really, really does. But you got to be that strong person and try to be positive for yourself. Because if you're not positive by yourself, or love yourself or respect yourself or care for yourself or be able to present yourself better to another person, it takes a lot for some people when you come through mental health. It can really damage a person. Mental health is the top reason for most of our overdoses, suicides, homicides. So that's why anybody, if you ever feel like you want to harm yourself or someone else, there is a number that you can dial, and it's a nationwide number. You can call it or you can text it to talk to somebody. There's somebody there 24/7. And that number is 988. That is a suicide prevention line. It also can help you with so many other things for suicide prevention. So please, guys, keep your mental health very healthy. You need to, because that could take you down the wrong road. It could put you in places to which you wished you never been, like I was, in jail, incarcerated, because I was just drinking and doing drugs and wasn't caring because I was that hurt and depressed with my mental illness. And I went through quite a few relationships because of it. So, yeah, it's kind of hard whenever you have that depression and anxiety, that mental health issue. But
can you make it for chat?
Yeah, I could make it for chat, but I can't do it right now. I don't have no stove and shit right now. I'm about ready. We're in the process of doing some shit, so right now I could not do that. But I do want to do some cooking shows, though. I really do, because I enjoy cooking. Good morning there, Jen. Welcome into the stream. Good morning, good morning. It's bright and early for you. Oh,
I knew she was
6:16.
coming.
6:16 in the morning. Welcome in. Rise and shine. Hopefully you got the panel going so you can get that coffee in you.
I knew
Salute
she was
everybody.
coming.
And I do smoke marijuana because actually I think if I wasn't smoking, I think it might have even passed a little bit faster through my body. But that's what I have to pay attention. They have to pay attention to the local organs in me. But the pain that I get in my bladder from bladder cancer, oh my goodness, guys, it hurts so bad. Please make sure you get checked. Please. Prostate is a bitch, I'm telling you. And then when it turns to bladder cancer, it's just to start a stream, guys. I'm telling you, it's the worst freaking pain that I feel when I do that. It's like, but it hurts. I'm moaning and groaning when I'm going to the bathroom. That's what bladder cancer does to you. And also another sign is for bladder cancer is lower back pain, abdomen pain. Oh yeah, there's signs, but I wasn't paying attention to them, especially when I didn't really even know the signs when I first had cancer back when I was 32 years of age. And that was the same cancer that I had that quite some time before my body actually was cancer again was very damn good. I'm in Virginia. What state are you in? I am in Pennsylvania. I'm not too far from you at all. I'm not too far away from you at all. We're in Pennsylvania, right up by, basically up by Erie, about an hour and a half or so away from Erie, Pennsylvania. Right on the Ohio PA line. I hope and pray I can get well again too, my friend. I really do. I just, the bladder cancer is the hardest one. And then it's going to be so hard because I just had a new MRI done. And that MRI showed cancer again. So they're just watching it. I got renal cancer again on the same kidney. But it's on the main vein that goes to the kidney now. It's at the top. So I have 2 new renal cysts that are growing there. And now they're doing is monitoring it. And hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it stays at bay. I'm hoping and praying that them renal masses stay at bay and they don't turn into cancer. Because that's a form. I still have cancer no matter what. I'm at 2nd stage kidney failure. It's not a fun thing to go through, guys. So please get yourself checked. Please. You don't want to go through what I'm going through. You can live off of 1 kidney. Trust and believe. I lived 20 some years with only 22 years I lived with 1 kidney. Never had any problems. And then I was wondering why I was getting sick at work all the time. And then here to find out that I had cancer for the 3 years before I quit working in the kitchen and why I was getting so shaky and sick all the time. It was the diabetes / cancer that was messing with me.
Morning, Jen.
Morning, Jen. Welcome
I knew she was
in.
coming in.
No, too hot for coffee. Oh, it's not too hot here. It's pretty cool here. It's because yesterday was only 67 degrees here.
That's why the bougie coffees are the best, because they're frozen.
But yeah, guys, I bring this stream to everybody that's looking for someone to talk to in that time of need when it comes to hardship times, when your mental health or your mental illness and you want to change. I am not certified in counseling or a drug counselor, but I can guide you in the right way to that first step of your sobriety. Just gotta, guys, 988. Even if you don't want to dial 988, call 911 if you're having any kind of issues with yourself and you want to off yourself because you can't take life anymore. That's not a life to live. You've got to make sure you get out of that darkness, because if you don't, it's gonna get even worse and worse, and you're gonna end up in the psych wards. I've been there because of my mental health. I've been in the psych ward quite a few times. To there, the one time they wanted to keep me until I had a hearing with the judge to be released because of my mental illness.
Until you used your old lady's health.
Huh?
Until you used your old lady's health as the excuse.
Yeah, they wanted me in front of a judge and everything. They did not. But I said, well, I got a better half that's sick at home, and I take care of her. First of all, Nasha, tell that beach to shut. Who are you? Why are you coming up here on my stream and acting that kind of rude? That's not even what we're talking about. If you don't like the stream, you don't have to stay here. You can go the same way you came in, either up or down. If you don't like it and you're talking about my better half in the back, that's crying shame that you're calling somebody that you don't even know, that you never even seen. How could you? How could you even think that way? You're twisted, my friend.
There, you can shut up.
You're twisted. Coming up in here and acting like that, you're not going to stay here long. We're not looking for that in here. I am trying to help somebody. This stream is not just for me, it's for everyone else. I started this stream back in April 2025. And that was my journey that I started. I quit drinking. And I've been now clean for over a year from alcohol. I did it on my own. I was a big alcoholic. I drank every single day, and sometimes from the morning to night, I was drinking Tito's, Tito's with pineapple juice, or just straight up Tito's. No ice, no nothing. And I took myself off the alcohol, and how I did it was I took a drink away each day, to where if I knew that I can quit drinking and not have any kind of withdrawals from the alcohol. So I got myself to that point, and that's how I quit drinking on my own. You have to be mentally stable, and you have to have a great mind or power to be able to get you through sobriety, your mental health. It takes a lot out of you.
Oh, wow, bro. I found you. 23 months clean of alcohol and cocaine. Keep it up, bro.
Awesome. Love to hear that. Me. Been up 23 months clean. That is freaking awesome. Keep up the great work. That sobriety is very important. And remember, hold on to that token. That's a token you'll hold on for the rest of your life, and be proud because you were sick and you made yourself better. You always have that temptation. You know that. You've heard all the speeches. You know your triggers and everything else, and what you have to do. And that's awesome to hear that you're clean for 23 months. Awesome. Keep up the great work. You can do it. You defeated that. Now you know you can do anything else in your life. Now it's time for you to go out and make yourself comfortable now, because you're not going to need that money for drugs and alcohol, because now you're clean, and now you want to get into a nice, beautiful home, have a good place to be at. And when you come clean, that's the best part of it, you know. Your mental health is so much better. It's not foggy all the time. Just going through mental health and addictions is the hardest thing, guys. It's the hardest thing to work on yourself, especially when you don't have that love for yourself or any respect for yourself. You just don't care. You're out there wrecking yourself by doing whatever you're doing, drug, alcohol, whatever. And most of the times when you're going to that, it's to numb your mental health. That's why I always say, make sure you have a nice, clean mental health. And always think positive. Don't think of the negative. Because when you think of the negative, that's what you usually get, is the negative.
I had to do it mine in a jail. I losing everything with this group.
I know what that feels like. I was incarcerated. I know exactly how that feels to lose everything and being incarcerated. I fully understand that 100%. I went through that. My alcohol and drug use got me put in jail for quite a bit, for like 13 and a half months in county. That's the bullshit, is being in county.
Piece it cost you. Don't worry about your addiction and AI, the money and peace it costs you.
Yeah. But everybody, you can do it. You can do anything you want to do in your life. You can make yourself better. You want something in your life, go out and get it. Don't make your mental health or your sobriety mess with you, to make you feel different. Because, you know, some people, they get bullied by people, and they start believing them bullies. But when you start working on that mental health, instead of looking down at the ground at all times when you're walking around, you know who you are when I'm talking about looking at the ground as you're walking, because your mental health is not good for you. Good morning there, Lisa. Welcome into the stream. How are you doing? Hope you had a blessed evening.
Yeah, the country sucks ass for a Muslim.
That's the hardest thing right there, me. That's, I know exactly. A lot of people you can lose for sure in your lives because of the alcohol and the drug use. It's very hurtful. That's something you carry around at all times. You don't forget about stuff like that. You got clean on August 2024. Awesome. Keep up the great work, my friend. Keep up the great work. Keep your spirits up. Don't let nothing bring you down, because you know there's always something, especially unexpected, that'll really get you going sometimes. But if you are at mind, peace at mind, and have a good mental health, you can get through anything you want to, but you just got to work on that mental health. And once you work on that mental health and you find out who you are, you got to start doing what you want to do in life. That's something you enjoy. Instead of doing that drug or drinking, you've got a better hobby now. You're buying stuff. You're making yourself better. And that's why they say it's a lot of people that drink and do drugs when they're younger. But then when they get older, they've got that house. They've got everything they want in life. Because the drugs did take them out at first, because that's what usually does happen. Because most of the drugs are in your schools, at homes, churches, everywhere you go. Your kids have access to drugs. And it don't matter how hard the government's trying to stop it all, it's still there. It's always going to be there. And that's the hardest part. If you know it's there and your mental health plays with you.
Let's say hello, big boy.
Mighty, what's up? Lisa, I said, good job. Keep clean. Yes. Everybody, it's sobriety is something to hold on to. It's something to cherish. That's something you completed that you probably thought you would never do because you were hurting so bad. And you let that drug and alcohol roll your life and made your mental health thing so much worse. Especially guys, when you get popped and you go to jail for a long period of time and it's county time, let me tell you what, that is the most depressing thing to be in. Thankfully, I worked in the kitchen. I worked dinner time, so I got out of there. But still, when you hear that door go, when you hear that pop pop, and you hear that air, you'll never forget that. Ever will you forget that noise. And that's something when I was incarcerated and I didn't get the money. I didn't have nobody to talk to all the time. It is very depressing in there. And that's where they put a lot of mental illness anymore these days. It's incarceration. That's not a mental health. It's an institution for somebody that has completed a crime. But if you're not willing to work with the person because they have a mental illness, that's the problem with the United States. There are so many mental illness people that are in all these prisons, and you're paying for them to stay in there. That's not helping that person at all by throwing them behind bars and that's not no success that you're going to get out of that. And that's the sad part. That's how our fucking world is anymore these days. Very judgmental. And that's what's wrong. They put other people down because they think they're all high and mighty and way better than you are. No, nobody is no better than anybody, because we're all same color on the inside and we all bleed the same color.
That sounds dramatic. Yes, thanks, Lisa. Cut your time decks by slow and powwow. Where's my Joe? And like gladiators, he would have two fights.
That is very true. Very racial. That they all keep different groups when you're in jail or a prison setting. You've got the Latinos there. You got different sections, and everybody's in their own part of the yard. And that's how it works. And it's so true, though. That is so true. That's what happens in incarceration for sure. It's not a good time. No, it's not a good time at all when you're incarcerated. Because that's something you have to fear. Somebody's going to come in and fucking steal your freaking food and everything else. And then you go tell, and then you're considered as a snitch. And oh my goodness, guys, that's going to be the worst of you then. Because they're not going to leave you the fuck alone. If they can find your weakness and they got it, it's all it takes. It's all it takes to be in jail. They got to find your weakness, and they find that weakness, and they'll keep on playing with that weakness until you show that you are a stronger individual and better than to listen to the hatred words that they have to say. I understand some people don't have the nicest things to say one another, but
Congratulations on coming.
yes, I'm glad you coming out there, Corey. Corey, guys, everybody, Corey's coming out of the closet today. He's proud of himself. Everybody, tell Corey, great job. Or throw some W's in there for Corey, guys. Throw some W's up in that chat for Corey. He's coming out the closet. He's proud of coming out that he's a... So, guys, please celebrate with him. Throw some W's up in the chat for him. Everybody, he's looking for a special announcement to come into the stream that he's coming out. So, hey, we support you. We don't shame on you. We don't shame on you at all. You know, that's your business. We don't care what you're transforming into or what you are. But yes, congratulations on you coming out. Very good job. We're proud of you. We're very proud of you that you can finally accept to who you are. That's awesome. You should never run from that. You know? Yes, throw some W's up in there for Corey. He's just looking for that special one. But anyways, guys, what we're in here to talk about is mental health. See, this guy here, he just has no common sense. See, he's spoken as a true diva, guys. Did you hear that? Now he's coming out. Hey, that's all you have to be, is be truthful with yourself. And that's awesome. That's awesome. You could be that truthful with yourself. And to be able to come out and let everybody else know who you are is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Congratulations. Keep up the good work, my friend.
I subscribe to your channel, brother.
Thank you. I do really appreciate that there, me. Thank you. So, he's a diva now. Guys, cheese and rice. He's just telling everything. He really feels good about coming out. That's awesome. Let's all celebrate Corey for his outcoming and coming out the closet and to be able to let everybody know who he is.
Must be a Corey thing.
James, what's up? How are you doing? Welcome back to the stream.
Apologize for messing with you and Karen yesterday between us. Subscribed yesterday.
No. What do you mean? Who were you then, James? Who was you then that you were in here messing with me and Karen? Because you definitely wasn't in my stream yesterday. So you weren't in my stream. I had 2 lives yesterday. I always do 2 lives. I do one in the morning for an hour, and then I do another one at nighttime at 4 o'clock for an hour. Hey, guys, he wants us all to know that he keeps his wishes, that he's very proud where he's at. So he's secretly safe with us because, you know, he knows that we won't judge him. So I'm glad he feels that way. I really am. I'm proud of you, my friend. That's a good step there, Corey. It's a good way to start working on yourself, is to finally accept who you are. Oh, sometimes if they're the right people that are coming in, and I catch on by the certain behavior that they do that we know of, and they're caught too fastly and gone quickly. Because I'm not playing, because if it does come to trolls or spammers, I go to subs only.
He said sorry for missing the live yesterday.
Oh, missing? Okay. Oh, I need to go get my new phone.
James is the one that swears up and down he's a mod.
Yes, James is the one. Yes, I know he's been in here before. Yes, he's been in here saying he's the mod. Yes, most definitely there. Make love, not war. Most definitely, 100%. That's the way it should be. Make love, not war. We are supposed to love one another, but we don't do that. We don't love one another anymore. It's too many hateful people out here in this world that just don't even give 2 shits about your feelings or what they have to say to you. They are just that rude and disrespectful because they know no better in life. And they need to work on themselves to get better, but they're never going to get any better by acting to be that kind of person. Yeah, I got him on it. I got one mod, and that's my manager mod, and that's the only one I need, and that's behind the scenes. That's who you hear talking. That's my manager mod. That's Care Bear. She's right here behind the scenes. So when she comes in and you come in, she looks to see what your activity was in the page, what you've done, what you look like, everything else. Be like, yep, this person came in and said this, this, and that. Just like this Corey. He's going to be remembered too, you know. Everybody's celebrating his life with him, guys. Celebrate with him for coming out the closet finally. He is so proud of himself. Look, guys, he still can't stop boasting about himself, how he is, and now he feels so much better that he had finally accepted it. Good for you, Corey. Keep up the good work, my friend. Keep it up. You know, you're doing a great job by finally coming out. Been trying to tell you, you know, you don't have to keep on explaining yourself of who you are. You know, you'll be okay. You just keep on going with your life the way you want it to be. Nobody cares how you are. Care is the best. Yes, she is. She surely is. We have a dog named Care Bear. Laugh out loud. It's a Chihuahua. Awesome. Yeah. We're not looking for hate here. Corey, we're just proud of you that you could finally come out and you could finally get some justice for yourself. And now you can be who you want to be. That's awesome that you actually wanted to come out. I'm very proud of you. We support you. Keep up the great work, my friend. Don't ever stop being who you are. I'm glad you finally came out. That is sweet. I'm so proud of you.
I identify as a pit bull.
Karen identified. My character is pit bull. I love the bullshot terriers. I love the bullshot terriers. Best breed. If you know how to take care of a bullshot terrier, you can have the best friend in the world when it comes to them. They are such babies. Let me tell you. I had a pitty that we had pups with, and she had 12 pups. And one of the pups came out blind. She was born with no eyeballs. We had her for almost 14 years. We had her, and she was a great dog. She loved the attention. She was really good. But then at the end, you could tell she was starting to get sick, and she passed away. And from cancer, not cancer, but just being old. You know, she was just old. For a pity, that's a good life, because usually for a bullshot terrier, it's only 8 to 10 years expand life, or maybe sometimes even lesser than that. Fan, what's up? Welcome into the stream. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, they're loyal and they're jealous. Yes, they are. If you're paying attention to one and you're not paying attention to no. My one was very vocal. Even when I was cooking or cutting up any kind of product or anything, she would want it. She had to have everything. She would get in the car and get set in the front seat and sit there and get in the seatbelt, and loved riding in there. She didn't want to get out of that front seat. As soon as she heard them keys, she was running to the door and she's ready to rock and roll. And I love pitties. The one I'm talking about, Gemma, God rest her soul, she had cancer. She had a big knot. She had a knot inside of her neck. And by the time they got to it, they said, no, there's really no quality of life. Just take her home. I couldn't let her. They wanted me to take her home and just let her. I said, no, I just feel that I don't want her to suffer anymore. I said, let's just put her down and put her at peace. I don't want to see her suffering, because that's not fair to see somebody suffer, because that's just like a human being. When you see a human being suffering, you really want to do something for that. Some people just, because they love their companion, because that's one of their best friends, because a dog is a man's best friend. Dog spelled backwards is God. They're very peaceful. They want to take that pain from you. They want to help you. That's why it's good to have a service dog, especially when you're going through any kind of mental illness. And they can train that dog for you, for your whatever you need of your mental health, whatever. They can sense what's going on and to be able to help you calm down. Because when a dog lays down on you, they're trying to take that pain from you. They don't want you to hurt. That dog wants to take that pain. And that's what dogs are for. They are very good companions. And like I said, dog, God, it's spelled backward as God. God gave us those companions. Dogs were meant to, and just cats too. But dog is a very good companion, man's best friend for sure, 100%.
That was big.
And I rescued her, Gemma. She only made it to be 8. She was a beautiful dog. She looked like Petey from the Little Rascals. The black eye, perfect, same size and everything else, pure white with the black eye. And yeah,
You're better off going subzone for the last 20 minutes.
yeah,
These are a bunch of idiots.
yeah. Those pitties are freaking. Bullshot Terriers are the best breed, I feel. And the King Corso is also another really good protector. Like my daughter and her mom and her mom's boyfriend, well, husband, they all have King Corsos in the house. Best freaking security dog you could ever have. Most loyal companion to the family ship. Loves the family. Very, very protective. Cane Corso is the way to go if you need a protector. That dog will definitely not let anything happen to you. They are really good. They want to take your pain too. That's just the same as any other dog you get. I love all dogs. They're easy to maintain. And they also have a longer life span too, most of the smaller ones.
Emma taught herself how to be my service dog.
Yeah, Gemma. I called her Gemma Lee. And then I had Mocha Jean. Oh, Mocha Jean. I loved her. She was a black brindle. She was a gator mouth. And the other one was an American Bullshot Terrier. The crush on your lungs. Yeah, they love playing on us too. They were like the biggest babies in the world. Never had any kind. The only thing I had was the blind one, Mocha. She loved to attack other dogs.
And take herself for walks.
Or take herself for walks from like a 2-mile away, and I get a phone call saying, "Hey, your dog's all the way up." She walked all the way up to my sister's house right there. She
got herself out of the gate.
And she got herself out the gate. And we didn't know she was gone until I got that phone call. Thank God I had her license on her. And they said, "Hey, do you want to come and get your dog?" I said, "Well, who is it?" And they said, "Mocha." I said, "Yep, I'm on my way." Yeah. Dogs are really good. They're really good. They love to take your pain. They don't want to see you pain. And then when you leave a dog, it's like an eternity it feels to them that you've been gone. They're so happy when you come back. That's how loyal a dog is. They get crushed when you're gone. And when you only leave for a couple minutes, it feels so long for them. And that's how most of them get their panic attacks and tearing up the house because they have... they don't like to be alone. And that's where they get tearing up your stuff to show you, hey. Is it normal to admit that I have felt like I have reached in my life? Possibility there, Dark Shadow. Dark Shadow, what's up? Welcome back into the stream.
Yeah, they were just 6 days old.
Yeah, then that came in. They were already on here. Dark Shadow Dagger. What's up, everybody? Welcome in, everybody. Come on in. We got 15 more minutes and we'll be out of here. 15 more minutes, y'all. 15. Yeah, because I'm not trying to make any money. I am monetized. Huh? I'm monetized, half monetized right now. You can get a membership. I don't know if it's available because the other day it wasn't there.
Memberships are there.
All right.
Just not the super chats.
All right, there's memberships. The super chats, and for some odd reason, it's not coming up for me. So I'm going to have to call YouTube and find out what's going on with that. Yeah, when you hit rock bottom, that's the hardest thing to get out of. You got to learn to love yourself. You got to go learn yourself. Learn yourself. Figure out who you are as a person. What is your interests? What do it's things you like to do. Keep yourself occupied. You keep yourself occupied, time will fly by. But when you're just sitting around and you just watch time go by, boy, is that life it goes so slow. But like, damn, today's been such a long day. I have to check it out. I'm trying to get my channel going, but only 8 people so far. Laugh out loud. Well, it didn't take me that long. What is best for you to do if you're looking for something near me? Get yourself some shorts. Make some shorts, something that you want to make. Find out what your audience is reaching out and watching that you're showing. And once you find that out, then you figured out that you can get streamed when you get your shorts, and you get people that come in and they sub to your shorts. I've gotten 52 subscribers just as a start when I first started. So it didn't even take me that long to start a stream to get the ones that I had. Yeah, but they changed up the platform big time now. YouTube did. Not only that, as you see, anybody that's just a mod or manager mod, they got a shield by their name. And if you have a membership, there's a blue, yellow, and red that you can do for memberships on streams. And in a lot of, look, just like my stream, it's just to keep the cable bill going and the cell phone bill. Okay. So on your live stream, I could talk about anything in my mind, therapist. I know that you're not waiting for your dream, but I feel that way sorry, but I never vented to them. Why? Uh-huh. Why? Why do you feel that way? You shouldn't feel that way. But it's not venting. It's getting something off of your chest. Because when you finally talk about something and let people know how you're feeling, you don't have to feel guilty all your life and walking around with secrets. You don't need to do that. When you're walking around with secrets, they know there's something bothering you, but you're not letting them know. They can see it, but they're afraid to say anything to you. But you need to talk about things. It's very important to get things off of your chest. Your mental health is very important. Instead of sitting there ponding on what you want to say and everything, it should come from the heart of what you want to say, It should come from your heart for what you want to explain. That's all it should matter. And if you're out there being truthful about it, that's all that matters, You can show other people that you can be a different person than what actually you can make yourself out to be. Your mental health isn't zero because you wouldn't be coming up here and talking it if your mental health's at zero. When you're at zero, you're at rock bottom, and it's so hard to get out of that when you're in that darkness. So sad, guys, go out and do something for yourself. Get your ass outside. Go do something for yourself instead of others. Make yourself happy once, Go freaking be bougie. Go get bougie. Go get yourself a new haircut, a new outfit. Something that'll make you feel good because you got out and did something for yourself.
Take care of your kid that's on the way.
Huh?
Take care of your kid that's on the way.
Mental health can play with a lot for a lot of people. But then there's some people that come in here and they say, hey, this, and that, and then you find out at the end they're a troll or a spammer. So we've had that happen numerous times in here, guys. So we do get some trolls in here. That I do, and they're relentless, and they'll come in and they'll be blocking the truck out. That's when I'll go to subs and subs only, because the simple fact is that's not what this stream is about. It's not about hatred. It's not about hatred at all. We're not looking for your nasty words that you have to say upon someone else. We're not looking for that. This is a stream. This is a family. This is not my stream. It's also yours. Treat it like you want to treat your own stream. Don't treat it or disrespectful, you know. You're not being true to yourself when you come up here and you act like that. You're not being true to yourself at all. "10 minutes to midnight." So, where are you at 10 minutes to midnight? Where are you at there, Dark? Where are you from? It is nearly Friday morning. Okay, where are you from? You over there in New Zealand or something? Early in the morning for you, New Zealand? Because it's about that time for New Zealand and shit, about that time. We just started our morning. We've just started. It's only going on 10 a.m. here. Yeah. So where are you from, since it's nearly Friday there? I'd like to know. I'm interested. What country you're from? Ohio. Oh, you're right beside me. I'm Pennsylvania. Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania, right, neighboring state. So, yeah. Over there, it's got had some pretty rocky ass fucking tornadoes and shit hit pretty good over there in Ohio. Over there in Youngstown, Hubbard area, got hit pretty damn hard. Not hard. It hit some of Boardman too. Yeah, neighboring state. Yep. We live right on the Ohio-PA line.
The bad thing is I just Googled it, and there's nowhere that it is 10:50 at night right now.
Yeah. And we just looked up that 10 minutes to midnight stuff. What state it is? There's no country with that time right now. So just wondering what country you're living in that somebody else ain't. That maybe they want to know where you're at so they can join you.
That's why it says I investigate everything.
Oh, nice. It's the southern part of Ohio by West Virginia border.
Okay. You're down there by the casino. Yes, the casino. You ain't too far from the casino then. Where was Jennifer living at when we went and visited her at in Ohio? That was at the bottom of Ohio. I can't remember the name of the place, but we used to go to a part of Ohio. It's down close to Virginia. Mason, West Virginia is literally straight across from, okay. Yep, I know exactly where you're at. You're really at the bottom.
The name of the town.
Yeah. Stupidville, that's what I called it, Stupidville, but it's Studentville. But I called it Stupidville. But Steubenville.
Yeah, literally.
I had to think about it because I used to call it Stupidville.
Yeah, we called it Stupidville. Yeah, we did. We had a friend that lived down there, and we would go down.
Now she lives in West Virginia.
But now she lives in West Virginia, so she moved across the pond too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Dark stops talking.
I'm about 2 hours away from Washington, Pennsylvania. I love the country. That's where I want to be at.
Did you hear me?
Huh?
I called Dark out when you stopped talking.
Yeah, the country back. I love it. I love the back. It's so peaceful.
Oh, I need a cigarette.
So freaking peaceful to be out in the country. I love it.
A cigarette.
You don't have to listen to all the beat crap and all the noises and all that fun stuff. The city, I don't like it. It's just too much in the city. Too many people like to cause problems. I just can't stand the city. Springfield, okay. I know where that's at. Yep, Springfield, yep.
Good. I'm not a cigarette.
Yeah. Down there by the train wreck. Down there by the train wreck, huh? Where that happened at, where was that, babe? The train wreck, the big train wreck.
Why are we talking about you like we are? Because you are saying shit that is not true.
Yeah, you're saying stuff that's
And
not
I
true.
just did an investigation. There's no place that is at that time you're saying it.
Oh, beautiful, Elvin. Beautiful. That would be awesome to wake up in the morning time just to hear the waves just. That would be beautiful. That would be a wonderful thing to wake up. Or even sleep outside underneath the stars. And that would be awesome. Most definitely. That's what we do over here in Pennsylvania, anyways. It's beautiful over here in Pennsylvania. If you have never visited Pennsylvania, if you want to go somewhere nice, go to Poconos. To the Poconos, it's beautiful over there in Poconos, Wilkes-Barre, Williamsport area. I went over there to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, at the old Air Force, no, the old Army base up there, up in Wilkes-Barre, and went to there for the Job Corps. So I know it's pretty awesome. It's beautiful over there. The mountains, just the mountains climbing through Pennsylvania is great, a great thing to see, especially when it's fall time. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. USA, yes, USA.
I hate it in Springfield. It's trashy. They love beaches and what.
Yeah, it does happen. Kimberly, welcome into the stream. How are you doing? Welcome in. Off to sleep soon. All right. Well, hopefully you have a great night there, Dark. What's up there, Dennis? How are you doing? Welcome into the stream. How's everybody doing? On this beautiful freaking Thursday morning, y'all, what is everybody up to today? What is everybody up to? How is everybody feeling, chat? Chat, if you're all having any problems, I'm sending positive vibes to each and every one of you guys. Remember, Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. He's there to save you. I promise you. That's especially when you work on your mental health. You'll have a better relationship and have more knowledge. That's what's so great when you become sober. Things that you really didn't care two shits about because you were too involved doing your drugs or drinking. That was more important than doing the things that you should have been doing.
Are there any ducks, geese like in Springfield?
We get ducks and geese all over Pennsylvania and Ohio. We get tons of them. The hook on the hat here, it's a good luck fishing hook, and it pins on your hat. It's when it pins on your hat. You get it from. You can buy them. You can buy them to put them on your hat. It's just a lot of people wear them and especially on this side of the cap. And it'll tear you the fuck up. It'll definitely open you up. It's pretty damn sharp. It ain't no joke. It's done opened me up quite a few times when I touched my hat and forgot it was up there. Bitch is sharp as hell. I'm not saying you're lying. She was just tracking down things, that's all.
Thank you so much for answering.
Zell, what are you talking about, Zell? Zella, what are you talking about, Zella? What are you talking about?
He said thank you for explaining the answer to the hook.
Oh, to the hook? Oh, you're welcome. I'm going back to sleep in a minute. Well, go back to sleep. It's I don't go back to sleep when I wake up. I'm up, and it was light outside. It was like 5:30 this morning. It was starting to get bright out, so I got my ass out of bed.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Liberty.
You're not a man.
Hi from Iran. Welcome in, Iran. Welcome in over here in USA, Pennsylvania, up here. Welcome to the stream. Health-wise, gotcha. I have COPD. I stopped breathing in my sleep to where I have to wear oxygen at nighttime because I stopped breathing in my sleep. That can kill you quickly doing that.
Gonna have a cigarette soon about bedtime. Thank you for your support.
100%. Stage 4 COPD. Ooh, yeah. Okay, see, I have COPD, but I don't have it that bad. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, I do that sometimes. Yeah.
Stage 4, see, I'm not that bad, thankfully. I've got it, but I keep myself. I don't use the inhalers like I should. I try not to, because you really don't. They want to. I don't know. These medicine people that want to give out these medical trials on this medication, it's not even sure if it's going to work. And all you have to do is micro dose some marijuana, guys. Micro dose marijuana, and you'll feel so much better about yourself. And it's way better than any alcohol or drug can do to you, because weed is not a controlled substance. There's nothing in weed that proves it is a controlled substance, guys. So instead of taking that psych med that they want to damage your body and your kidney and your liver with, do some micro dosing on marijuana. If you are in counseling or anything, ask them if they are certified to be able to give out the license. If your state is, it's so much better. You're not all foggy and tired all the time. Especially because most of the pills that they want to give to you, they want to make you freaking high all day long, to like you're just staring out in the sky like this. You're so freaked up that you can't even respond. That's not a good thing for your mental health. That just makes things, I feel, worse for you, because now you're getting addicted to another. Oh, jeez, it's all bad. It's all bad. 100% say marijuana is way better. That helps cancer. It helps kids with seizures. There's so many different things that marijuana can be used for. If you don't want to smoke, you don't have to smoke it. There's edibles. There's so many different forms that you can use marijuana for that's much more healthier for you than any psych med that they want to put you on. Well, if that person's not ready to change their addiction, they're not ready for they're not ready for help. That's the all tell signs right there.
Right there tells me it's Davey for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely you, Davey. I bomb. Yeah, you're bomb. Yep. We know, Davey.
That
we
right
know.
There tells
that right there tells
sure.
us right there for sure. We know. We've been waiting for you to slip up, and it finally came out. We were just waiting, and it finally came. We got you.
That's why I've been calling you.
That's why we've been calling you out, because that's simple fact. We know your behavior, my friend. I told you so many times. You keep on coming into my stream, and every time you come in, you said, "Oh, I just want to watch it," but then you turn around and you're just total disrespectful to the stream. We don't need that kind of behavior here. We don't. That's not what this stream is about. This stream is about helping others with their mental health, or start working on their sobriety, to take that first step to getting help.
I've been telling Jen since the gate that was Davey.
Did you hit the pipe this morning? What pipe may you be talking about, sir? There, Ed. Which pipe would you like to know? You mistaken me with someone else. Okay, so if you're not Davey, you can be Matt, huh? Matt from Texas?
Or
Josh, you know.
Or Bailey, or Rosie.
Bailey, Rosie, Crazy Angel. Those people, you know. Because we've had problems on this stream, guys. And that's why anymore I go subs only. I don't, because this is the stuff that I'm trying to avoid from my stream, because it destroys my stream. It destroys the talk that everybody's talking about, because they're not. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm going to talk to y'all later. I'm out of here. Remember, Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. Never use his name in vain. Remember, Jesus loves you. Peace.
Let's drink this shit real quick.
All right. Oh, I'm still live. I thought I was off. Do you joints? Yes, I do joints. Yes. No, sometimes. All right, guys. I thought I ended the live because my screen's black over here. I don't know if you can see me or not, but it's blacker than can be. Hold on a minute, guys. Again, my daughter's calling. They have a flat.